Welcome to Lesson 5 of our course on Philippine Indigenous Communities. Today, we will focus on the Constitution and specifically on the Declaration of Indigenous Peoples' Intellectual Property Rights. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to, one, analyze the potential role of a constitution in establishing a framework for intellectual property rights within a nation. Second, to evaluate the balance between promoting innovation and protecting intellectual property rights as reflected in a constitution, if ever it is applicable. So first, let's deal with the intellectual property rights and indigenous peoples. In particular, the role of the Constitution in protecting IP rights. As we know, constitutions establish the legal foundation for intellectual property rights. And when we say intellectual property, it covers patents, copyrights, trademarks, and traditional knowledge. Example, the 1987 Philippine Constitution emphasizes the protection of cultural heritage and indigenous rights. We can find it in Article 14, Section 17 of the Philippine Constitution. Second, indigenous perspectives on intellectual property. For the indigenous communities, they often view knowledge as collective rather than owned by individuals. So, intellectual property laws sometimes conflict with indigenous knowledge systems and practices. Example, the Tinalak weaving of the Tiboli tribe, which has been commercialized with community consent. That is an example that we can give. The second is balancing innovation and indigenous IP rights. First is the need for the indigenous people's protection. Protecting indigenous knowledge prevents misappropriation and exploitation. So, legal frameworks like the Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act, that is Republic Act 8371, safeguard indigenous knowledge. Number two, challenges in implementing indigenous IP rights. First, we have limited recognition of traditional knowledge in mainstream indigenous people intellectual property laws. Unauthorized commercialization of indigenous designs and practices. One example is the commercialization of Aita traditional herbal medicine without compensation for the Aita community or communities. Now, let's proceed to the strategies for strengthening indigenous intellectual property rights. One that we can put forth is legal mechanisms for indigenous intellectual property protection. How? By strengthening national IP laws to recognize collective ownership of indigenous knowledge. Example that we can cite, the establishment of geographical indications or GI to protect indigenous crops and products. Another is alternative approaches to indigenous intellectual property protection. So along this line, we can mention community-led documentation and registration of indigenous knowledge. Another is to encourage benefit sharing agreements between indigenous groups and businesses. To cite an example, We have the Cordillera region's indigenous tattoo traditions, which have been widely copied without permission of the indigenous communities. So in conclusion, let me reiterate that a constitution plays a crucial role in laying the foundation for intellectual property protection, including the rights of indigenous peoples over their collective knowledge and cultural expressions. One point in particular is that indigenous knowledge is communal, spiritual, and deeply tied to identity, often at odds with mainstream intellectual property traditions. Another point is that while laws like IPRA help protect indigenous intellectual property, challenges remain in enforcement, recognition, and fair compensation. Third, traditional Third point, traditional crafts, music and medicine and designs continue to face commercial exploitation without consent of the that particular community. So to uphold IP intellectual property rights, we must, one, strengthen legal frameworks that recognize collective ownership. Second, encourage community-led documentation and benefit sharing. And number three, promote respectful partnerships that center indigenous consent and participation. So, in conclusion, let me point out that true innovation honors origin. Protecting indigenous intellectual property means protecting the heart of culture itself. So next meeting, we will proceed to lesson 6, which is still about the Constitution, but this time we will explore the different approaches of declaration of indigenous peoples' intellectual property rights. Thank you and see you then.